Mwasi sikwuo na Biafra nwugo Igbo zuchu move on nzukiko ye Ndigbo wewe iwe ana repeat ye na ekwusi ike so ka ha wee nụọ ndị ntị chili na ife awu ife jidelu Ndigbo hold ha back ana agwa no happen ya si na ebe ahụ pụta onye ona mu ife gelient from beginning kwese mana this person is unhinged na how adho onya he's sick. Nnamdi Kanu needs medical attention. He's just a madman na ekwu ife people like him. So he's supposed to be in the hospital. Nnamdi Kanu is just voicing if ofonde bunobi ha chọrọ ikwu, but he was mad enough to say those things in public. Before Nnamdi Kanu I sit at home on Mondays as Ndigbo. Before Nnamdi Kanu, he believe him Biafra. Only Igbo ya palego, si only Igbo. Manaketa, ikwu only believe him in Biafra so only Igbo. If only Igbo ikwu no Fulani tuli men. He said Nnamdi Kanu started well. He never started well. From the beginning, he was guilty of hate speech. You don't know IPOB stance on Biafra. You know Katena no na IPOB say na Nnamdi Kanu didn't do anything. How can you say that? You must stand and condemn it. Who is speaking about the justice for the communities that have been sacked? I've told you that man is a very sick person. I have pity for Igbos who are following him ignorantly because they will regret it. Akwasi tip onya halo fu dungeon or yada fu daylight for 5 good years. Nnamdi Kanu melundi Igbo 30. He created a monster called Simon Ekpa, and we Igbos should be shameful that we enable these monsters. Man onye ona kana atu egwu na egbu makande egbulu then. The main problem of the Igbos today is this Biafran question. Nnamdi Kanu ekwesi sentence here to 120 years in prison. One was here 10 years. I want Ndi Igbo we kwu eziokwu ke ka yesi we release here. I know one night he's talking about justice for all the carnage that have been done in Ndigbo. So any semblance of justice we kwu eziokwu release Nnamdi Kanu because Nnamdi Kanu with the arrowhead of this carnage. Any Igbo person who see release Nnamdi Kanu no way he formelu. That person is a fool. And what he failed? IPOB is a well-laid criminal enterprise that is using media propaganda to embellish its criminality. Biafra was started by an Unnewi man, and all of one Unnewi man is equal end the army. Only on a Jesu week.
Gbam, 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 gbam. Gbam, 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 gbam. Ndị be anyị maka isi eme ya n'oge gbam. Ọ bụrụ nwere obi etekwa na ara ivi n'oge mmanya n'opu ụbọdị. Ọ gbam ebe a na-akpọta ndị ọ dị ka ọ dị anyị. Ndị bụ n'ọvakwu onye ọda gbam. Ọ bụ na ọ dara gbam, ịma na ọ bụrụ gbam. Ava mbụ Chukwujioke Igwendụ odogo bụ ugbo ya mbapa ezigbote onye Aba. Tata anyị nwere mmụọ ịghọtago na-asụ na ọ mmadụ bụ mmụọ na nke ikpeazụ anyị nwere onye na-ekwu ka o si dị ya onye bụ na odesa onye ọ dị n'aka na nke ikpeazụ a man that has said na no people are not defining what should represent him. No people are not degenerate ebe o ji wee kpọlụ ebe obibi. No ụmụ ya anọdụ n'ụlọ asị a na eme ife nwa. Kedu onye ajụla wee bido ajụkwala ese wee bido otego o ji ede tata anyị si ka ọ bịa kwuo n'ọnụ ka ifu iru mmọnwụ ezikolo mmụọ nọ na Gbam ka anabata nụ Nze Tobe Osigwe ezikolo mmụọ eze ụmụ ikolobịa ezikolo mmụọ eze ụmụ ikolobịa you were here before ndị Igbo so na ụzọ dị mma agba anya nje ma ọ bụrụ ndị be anyị nọrị nne ịma na enwelu there was though you came here for a different conversation but okwu bịa bute okwu and then we talked about Biafra and then since then I saw what you've been doing and na nke ikpeazụ a you know ide emebele you've not diplomacy is not in your dictionary.
Diplomacy do man obi adoro ndị mmụọ mana na nke ikpeazụ a so na-akụ n'ikolo ndị mmụọ ikolo mmụọ ka na-akụ.
Okay.
Ọkweghọtago mmụọ si kwuo na Biafra nwugo Igbo zuchu move on nzukiko ye ndị Igbo wewe iwe a na-repeat ye na-ekwusi ike so ka ha wee nụọ ndị ntị chili ka ha wee nụ ya ka ama na ọhụ ụjọ ka eji wee kwuye na mgbe ahụ na-ekwulie na ozi si from ana mmụọ wee bịa na ikolo mmụọ ka a na-akụ na ife a ife jidelu ndị Igbo hold ha back a na-agwa ụnụ hapụ na esi n'ebe ahụ pụta ụnụ chọọ ka enye ụnụ logical instances anyị na-enye ụnụ logical instances why you need to come out from there. I'm not saying na no mmụọ kwuru just go kweta like that. I'm giving you logical instances why the message from the underworld ji do correct.
Okay, ịbịa involve kwa mmụọ Or this year, or the work can add allude to your message because ụfọdụ bụ ndị Igbo mana fe kwetara na mmụọ wetago or ife mmụọ kwu
onwe onye Igbo ekwetara na mmụọ
mba you cannot say that na imekwu na
inwe ike inwe different definition of ife mmụọ
onye Igbo bụ onye Igbo onye Igbo can decide to believe in nature
nature wologono
to believe in nothing ogwa says no
nothing aha wologono efuda na mmụọ
ngwa akita we know what you say when you talk about more we know Igbo spirituality Igbo spirituality is you would not say is nothing there is there's an energy.
Let me explain. So okay, what if
go ahead please.
When we about no onye na believe in more no onye Igbo o nwere onye Igbo pụta sị na ha agọ mmụọ ajụ eke ife ọ na-ekwu sị no sị eke ife o believe in o sị no believe in Chukwu ajụzi eke Chukwu awụ mmụọ o sị ọ chọghị ịzanye enu ajụ Chukwu awụ mmụọ ọ kwụghọtago Chukwu mmụọ ịwa nje so na definition of mmụọ duzi iche just like the word God nwere different interpretation meaning to it among na hota mmadụ ya wuni God okwehotago God can also still be an unseen force but when we say mmụọ means unseen underworld so mmụọ akodozi define ke underworld or nsi abia we know different meaning to it but I wouldn't want us for it to take away the message I know or for us to grandstand the wow on that particular discussion if any ku afamwezi kolommo ọmụọ ka nna akụli ikolo ọwa mmadụ sị m kwụsị ife nne-ekwu ọhụngụ ya agwa m kwụsị na ọhụngụ ka nna akụli ikolo
okay mana mmadụ ka ị na-agwa ọ bụrụ mmụọ ka ị na-agwa mbọ
osisi mmụọ abịa wụ mmadụ ka ọ na-abịalụ I'm trying to I don't want to sound too spiritual here but most times we can't run away from it okay hotago.
You've been writing a lot of stuffs against Biafra. You know, some people can even term it as a hate speech. Okay. You know, strong words. You know, you are somebody that you are somehow nearly disgusted about whatever Biafra represents and everything. Why do you hate and attack Biafra and Nnamdi Kanu? Go ahead.
Okay, I'm not disgusted about Biafra, but I'm disgusted about IPOB. I'm disgusted about Nnamdi Kanu's mode of operation or his interpretation, his way of trying to get Biafra. And I might say that I detest the method. I won't use hate because hate is a very strong word. I don't hate anybody. In as much as I detest the IPOBs and their movement or whatever they represent, I detest through IPOB Biafra agitation. Yes, I condemn Biafra agitation in its entirety.
Yes.
Because as far as I'm concerned, they are miscreants, they are terrorists, and nothing good can come out from any evil tree.
They are miscreants.
Yes, they are miscreants. They are terrorists. They are misguided men and women.
From head to toe.
They have no regards for anything noble. They have no regards at all, whatsoever. Any form of respect, any form of regards. And for that, I have no any atom of shift to her compromise where they are. IPOB stand condemned in my eyes.
Somebody came here and said that Biafra is not just a struggle but a hope of the Igbo people. You know, they shout for hope. That please, I'm dying. This is the only thing that will make me survive. And then a lot of Ndigbo is also going with that ideology. What do you have against Biafra?
If I'm correct, it was not is. Now understand if not in past. Once something is in past, understand that this thing is now in past. When if you may not in the past, perhaps when relationships keep in the past, understand that this is our past relationship. If you buy past, understand that it's past. The past is not a place of residence. The past can only be a place of reference. You can't keep trying to go back to the past. Biafra won now. And this is what I want Ndigbo to understand. You can't be romanticizing with the past. If you want to ever, as in go look towards the past, is to pick some lessons from it. And what are the lessons are we going to pick from Biafra? The mistakes we made with the agitation, the mistakes that we have made with the process of agitation, the unpreparedness, the allowing emotion to becloud sense of reasoning. And it seems we have not learned that lesson. I may repeat that same mistakes again. That means we didn't learn the lesson. And Esiabi Robi said, whenever history repeats itself, the price always doubles. So we don't want to learn from the lessons of Biafra. We don't want to learn from the lessons of the past. Rather, we are trying to see if we can resurrect it.
Biafra is in the past.
Biafra is dead and buried.
Is our ex-girlfriend or what?
Is ex means that there is even hope because ex-girlfriend might be living. This one is ex-dead girlfriend. I said it no Ojukwu Batalo. Enye unconditional
amnesty.
Okwe Hotago Obata join up Nigerian politics. Ojukwu, why being in exile was the symbol of hope na Biafra ka existed. He was that symbol. All the reason Ejiwe may go no. Ejiwe grant here okay if presidential grant or when bata or we hotago. So Osbo Batahana drop all the Bahana Nigerian politics. Oh kwetalo. Most times life will symbolism. So when they say that they spell everything out for you in black and white. I have said it elsewhere. Now when you Ojukwu on the present Nigerian government. This is the second time Ononanke Yaradua as an ambassador of Nigeria to Spain. Ono Kwaketa now as our Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. So what does that tell you? Biafra is dead and buried. Biafra now is a business. But what Biafra should have been now, before Kwasilewo, a refined ideology for what? Economic liberation.
Okay.
Economic liberation or neo-political Igbo liberation. You define it. Not a kind of what? Homegrown terrorism. If a Biafra will represent it now, homegrown terrorism. We should call it what it is.
In entirety.
In its entirety. In fact, Obaku, not just terrorism, bad behavior. If most people who support to Biafra, especially young people, you see how they talk. Carelessly insult you just because you disagree with them. I come across them daily. I say when I'm one day when you can feed their previous messages to you, Hana only do very sound and if we have realized in it has say na kitaka hamani wefu. How can I become irritable motua? Mbongwaze na Biafra o here, esekwaze na no do irrate home again. So your rating is dependent on more a support to Biafra or not. No. Irate yem mado. You can say man no need a rate in this life. Now life is about interest. Now interest mona align on this place. Emi no na interest mona weki align na the other na another topic. So because of na interest mona align ho na the other topic. Nke mona ebe interest mona align you put say okay, I like this person's sense of reasoning. All of a sudden it means is ebe interest mona align ho. It's na ma mo reason. So you define reasoning by agreement and not by the logic of the argument. It's wrong.
Consent. That you must consent to everything he says.
Yes. Can't I be making sense even while still disagreeing with you? When we can present a logical argument, you say, yes, I agree with the logic, but please, I still want to maintain my position. Yes, I've seen few Biafran supporters that are like that.
Few?
Yes, we name three types of Biafran supporters.
Okay.
And we Biafrans, people now support to Biafra based on how believe that Igbos are being marginalized in Nigeria. Okay. And we people now support to Biafra based that they believe that Biafra or a divided Nigeria is a win-win situation for all parties. Then we now support to Biafra. They even now atolo sukwaileu. Hana support to Biafra because it seems like the popular things to do, like the fad.
Bandwagonism.
Yes, those ones are they are despicable, the despicable elements of the Biafran or movement.
I've hosted people from IMO, Igbo integration movement,
Yes.
and some of them are of the opinion that Nnamdi Kanu started well. And then at a time, Odiko Okopuna.
Nnamdi Kanu never started well.
Go ahead.
From beginning, from beginning, this person is unhinged. Now, how do he's sick. Nnamdi Kanu needs medical attention. He's just a madman. People like him. He's supposed to be in the hospital. From that beginning, on what happened, the Yoruba and Hausa or other people, not all politicians, not all the elite. You don't insult people because you don't agree with them. That's what I'm trying to say. And those Ndigbo, they are calling them mad because you don't agree with them. You don't keep bringing bad names, bad labels for people. You use for you people. You the person. Mana nkuzie na Nnamdi Kanu do sick ndị mmadụ ewewe mana mgbe Nnamdi Kanu na-ekwu na ndị Yoruba wonka ndị Hausa wonka una na-akọli aka because of we hatred for those people. So Nnamdi Kanu is just voicing if ụfọdụ ndị bu n'obi ha chọrọ ikwu, but he was mad enough to say those things in public. He's sick. Onwe ogbo ji wee bido ọfụma maka ọ na obidolo ọfụma, he wouldn't have ikwu no endile badly. A leader ekwesịghị imegono end badly. A leader kwesịghị end well. Only in wifi name. Highest a your life fall too short, man. Honey end badly.
Are you saying there is nothing? Okay, go ahead, please.
I will give you one biblical example. When na Bible ya for Jesus at the end of his mission. From the Nago Bible. Okulu unhonyo oluzulu. That means only you assignment or bialo no lawyer or former and no one who lose even among his disciples. Now the only person they lose one church will lose one way. That's the anybody who a leader should be able to say at the end of the day, upon people wage head bridge during NSAS protests. And I told them that no any of them their blood will be spilled. They should just follow my instruction. And I'm saying it as a thing of pride. Now more people wage head bridge and something break it out. My a lot of things I follow on the way. My jam on dame, my police, my lot of things on the way. Man, when anybody will crash. Once you take people under your wings as your leader, or you are calling people to come out to make a protest for something and all that, it must be able, you must think the whole thing through. I've brought out someone like Martin Luther King. Can you say that he didn't end well? Despite they cut his life short. Did he put the lives of the people in jeopardy? Did he make the lives of blacks worse for listening, for trying to stand up to fight for injustice, oppression against the blacks? We agree that that Nigeria is a dysfunctional state. We agree that Igbos, perhaps to in some certain extent, are being marginalized in Nigeria. So, in our part as a leader to correct this anomaly, your job is not to put this Ndigbo in a worse situation, hannibal, before Iwebia. Your job is to do what? Elevate it, solve it, or you have to go to higher Ebehano. But no, when I jump mado, before Nnamdi Kanu, I had a city at home on Mondays as Ndigbo. I had a city at home. Before Nnamdi Kanu, Iju onye Igbo, isi na I believe him, Biafra onye Igbo ya paleo, si onye Igbo manaketa Iju onye Igbo, ikwu onye believe in Biafra si onye Igbo. If onye Igbo ikwu no Fulani etuli menne. Just imagine if onye Igbo na agwa because you don't share the same ideology. It's Nnamdi Kanu started well. He never started well. From the beginning, he was showing he was guilty of hate speech.
Okone lekerishi. Nava na nwa na monso. Anya baba na nchodo gi Pine Leaf Estate di aso. Ebe mpa na akpa anyị ma unu na-azụ anyị. Unu emekwana anyị ife dị egwu ma nye anyị virgin land dị otuto na ngọzi. Amen.
Nnamdi Kanu never went to anybody with a gun or to force them to believe whatever he believes. Nnamdi Kanu only had a radio and a voice. And don't you think that there is something about him that made people in their houses, in their shops, listen to him and reason with him? Don't you think that you can even give him a credit that there is something about this man that made him win souls You know, he never entered anybody militantly. It was just a voice, a radio. Don't you think so?
Yeah. Let me tell you this. Nnamdi, if you're a good communicator, or let me say if you have a talent, that talent can be used for good or for bad.
Yes.
Talent can be used for good or for bad. So he was a good communicator. And in a good knowledge or an approximate knowledge of history, you can use it to swindle or to help people. So when an approximate knowledge of history or a good knowledge of history, but he decided to use it to play to the gallery or to swindle the emotions of the Igbo populace or their loyalty. Just like Onyecho ono in Dibia, na mmado balu Dibia, actually ime Dibia. Onwe knowledge of roots and herbs, mana people are not coming to him or her or try to other things or yeme. Go people now what people seductive things or yeme to be able to attract people. That's exactly what he did. If you know now, let's understand how if any nasi we ebido platform Nnamdi Kanu rise. 2015, Igbos banked on Goodluck Jonathan and massively voted for Goodluck Jonathan, and Jonathan lost the election. And Buhari, the Igbos didn't vote for, came in, and Ndigbo a vote to hate. Therefore, not send the Ndigbo when we hatred for Buhari. Among na hota. Buhari Ndigbo dots. Why should he concern himself with the dot? They are just a dot in the circle. Buhari felt bad na Ndigbo a vote to hold. Ndigbo felt bad na Buhari a vote to megunu win election. So now they banked on this hatred, on this thing when na marginalize Ndigbo. When they made this one, we put anything. So that hatred, like the enemy of my enemy becomes my friend. Right. That's what happened. Oh, dear Lashiwa, when they make a lot of on history generalization or a lot of things that don't necessary, hit way up the polity. We go to say marginalize Ndigbo and all these things, because I always say it. Marginalize Ndigbo. Are we placing this facts side by side with if Ndigbo enjoy kwa? Because in a ife toloto. Or if I to hold in a before na talk care, it's na he metal man, and a metal so that Mbaye present argument in the area of Fuma. Maniku na mother he metal ma. The person puta we kwezin do metalo. Oh yeah, me okay do ki wo onyo ku ase. Among na hota. So it's always good to you. Ane meta here. Mana nebe meta hogasiye no. Mana each time these people ne present this thing. Or don't know ka. Mada you put Ndigbo who slaves. Na who slaves in Nigeria. How we slaves? You know give you na mada who slave. I'm Igbo. I'm after the war. Eto na newi na Igbo. And I have never lived like a slave. As Igbo bia Igbo. As Igbo bia Igbo. Mother said Namu be as a slave na Nigeria. Can see Billy as a slave na Nigeria. The bad roads we can cool and experience na Ndigbo. Travel other places. I've found me na other places netelu Iloha. 24-hour supply ma here as only Igbo be na Ndigbo. Japan other parts of the country have experience here. Unemployment we can for around me na Ndigbo. Others na get through it. So kilifi keka isi we wulu slave. Onwe to na akwo as onye Igbo to Northerners or to Yorubas as onye Igbo bi na Nigeria. Onwe tax na akwo because na mu wo onye Igbo. A slave tax na akwo because na mu wo onye Igbo. Onwe kesi we kwosisi na ma ya asu Igbo. Na Igbo is banned. Na ya acho Igbo na Nigeria.
Before you speak Igbo, you buy tickets.
You cannot speak Igbo in Nigeria.
And then you not.
Na ya acho hear that language in Nigeria. And na sulo onwe Igbo freely na Igbo. I'm practicing my traditional religion freely na Igbo. Isn't na mu kwa slave? The facts are not adding up. Oh no, when some dysfunction now be from the government of the day, I attack lawyer. Stop making some hasty generalization that logic or facts cannot back up, or because you want to score cheap political points. So that's what I'm saying. All wrong. After the war, 7 years after the war ended in 1970. And as of 1979, Onyibo will go vice president of Nigeria. And if the military coup of 1983, Emeho, there is tendency na Chagare Shichahana, no Onyibo Kalewo president. But a military coup. On fact, you will some places are now marginalized in Ndigbo. I think yes. But it's not like a blanket marginalization. Let's be fair. Let's be honest. Ndo na Nigeria nwere ebe ha nwere ike kpatụ aka si no nwere ife ha benefit ha na Nigeria. No other region na benefit here. Unwelele inyochawa or igewe ha ntị.
You will see.
You see it. It's an actual vote. See some people are Ndigbo. What do you think? Everybody should stay in their region. Let's vote. It believe on a lot of people. Ndigbo believe only on and on their region. But can they be the beneficiary of need to free be on as a Nigerian and Nigeria? Can they be the biggest beneficiary of it?
Igbos are very known for.
So okay, if you na I will always particular thing. I should say address the other particular.
So issue. You feel Nigeria favors Igbo? Ndigbo. Nigeria as a country favors Onyibo.
Nigeria as a country favors Nigerians, but there is room for improvement. And we're too many inadequacy, and we're too many dysfunctionality, and we're too many neglect. Despite there were resources to solve these problems. So if I want a leadership problem,
and a Nigerian problem, not Igbo problem.
If I want a leadership problem in Nigeria. Mane nwekwa Igbophobia in Nigeria. Ekweta ne nwere Igbophobia in Nigeria to an extent.
The fear of the Igbo man.
Yes, ne nwere. And the fear of all nwere ike do valid, of other valid. Because ne believe na enwe ike enwe level playing ground or happen ndị Igbo or na try to restrict and high akpakọla everywhere. Although there, that fear is based on needless assumption. Those political sentiments can wipe out or draw there. But for them exist because Ndigbo no bono and Hana Wambo ne mesi fe. Okay.
Yes.
So at times you can hotagodi ndi no kwa be na atu ebu ni na nda wo ke dominate yem before male Ndigbo take over my place.
Yes.
So we must be able to see how we solve these problems. How mo yen newi nden so kana nde ebonyi julu newi. So ya for ndị Nnewi pụtara na-atụ ụjọ hey na ndị Abakaliki ya achọkwa ịkpakalụkwa baị.
Yes.
Nnukwu ndị Nsụka na-ete ikuku over na ọha ihe ego kpọchakwa na anadụ na Nnewi. So onye Nnewi express ya that fear. All the valid, do invalid. All the valid in the sense of ha echikwazi oduzie ka na ndị Nnewi esozikwa onwe Nnewi. All the invalid maka ndị bụ na-eje be ndị ọzọ kpakọrọkwa be ha. So mmadụ ya bịakwa bụ unu. So these things are two ways na ya ha ade apụta ya na-ene n'ife ni na ya na balance here. Mana ya ha balance the thing. Aya na-ekwu as if na n'onwelu onye Igbo na-eme ife abịa na pie stop o onye Igbo. Ona na stop onye Igbo. Kezi fu na-etulu ọnụ na-ekwu Igbo money na ị na-eme ọfụma So there is room for improvement. Onwere ebe ahụ emetagasi ka ekwesị da na akpa aka. Ohida na-enye blanket generalization. That is my problem. Because in a blanket generalization, you have solved that particular problem. Oha domma. Epotesi na nwaanyị wa ajọ nwaanyị. Ekwuna na ọha ajọ nwaanyị. Ọ na nwaanyị ahụ eteta ụlọ otu. Eteta ụlọ otu n'oge wee see efele. Ikwu na o teta ụlọ otu wee mee ife dị otu a. Ya pụtakwu na ọwa ajọ nwaanyị na ọ maghị eme. Mana ọ na-esi m ikwu na like kwuru ofe onugbu ya bịaru n'ofe onugbu na ofe onugbu highest. Mana ihe kwuzi that part. Ịpụta ikwu na ọwa ajọ nwaanyị. No way bad. Ụmụ onye nọkọta adụ bad. In its entirety. So we be mother here meta kwunu ife ebe aka inwe problem with this particular this thing. I don't say they made that blanket this thing. Ogo ne like that particular but the particular place say like no nya meli juhu we chop. Or he put condemn more everything in its entirety.
Dalo. Ihe na-eme na South East, the whole insecurity and everything, you've wrote about it. You've been very vocal. Do you think that Nnamdi Kanu is solely responsible for insecurity in the South East?
Oh yeah, but we not solely. The man na che bakwa na ife na condemn.
Okay.
Always contributing factor. A problem, an existing problem. But I identify the problem. And I identify the problem, but there was a wrong solutions to the problem. That's why I call Biafra wrong. Biafra is a wrong solution to an identified problem. Why Nigeria is an inadequate solution to an identified problem. Only one a problem though. Mana with a wrong solution to that problem. You na add petrol to the fire. You're not bringing a better solution to it.
Yes.
One problem in a try koala in Nigeria or deficiencies a normal level-headed thinking person I have. Our point of disagreement, your solution. No, not this solution. Any of woman now. Let it not be a case of what jumping from frying pan into the fire. And that is what we are doing with Biafra. And that's what Nnamdi Kanu did with IPOB and ESN and everything. We jump from frying pan into the fire. Dile kuna nwele insecurity. Na nde Fulani na chime with their cow na ha na che wakpo Ndigbo. Na ke solve the problem. Ni create a like terrorist na Ndigbo. Aya for this nde Fulani nda efuzi na wakpo Ndigbo ụmụ nwanne anyị. Wuzi nde occupy the bushes. Asi nde Fulani na abia ewakpo. O wuzi ụmụ nwanne anyị na ebe ahụ si ebe ahụ we na asụ anyị akwụ. So that is what I'm saying. You end up creating more problem than the problem you are saying you want to solve.
How did you do that? What role did Nnamdi Kanu play?
ESN, forming instant security network, was Nnamdi Kanu's biggest undoing. The second was creating sit at home in the name of the release of Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB. That's why I blame IPOB. IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu are the same thing. That's why I blame IPOB. IPOB is an emanation of Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
So we must be able to look this thing in the...
ESN was formed in order to curb the insecurities in...
supposedly formed.
Yes.
And they ended up breaking criminals from prisons, sacking police stations, creating insecurity, enabling crime, justifying murder. Ebu murder si no ụmụ ọma agbulu, no angels, akwalo haka. Ikwu onye ona defy sit at home si gbuo blood, human blood is sacred. Why is that? Na Ndigbo enweho kingdom, because having kingdom warrant ni ya da ogo, and ogo ya a warrant spilling of human blood. Ndigbo ndị na-asọ anyị na-asọ why just ndị na condemn ordinary ịmala ordinary ndị ordinary say ogono no ọkụkọ ka anyị ji achụ aja na ya ejiri mmadụ achụ aja. Human life is sacred. Odi anyị na-ekwu all these things na condemn some of these things. The people are not threatening that we wonder why they are still keeping this man alive. Can you imagine what people are saying? So I should be unalive because I'm saying I'm pleading for moderation. I'm asking for caution. Because I don't agree with your method. You say I should be unalived. Obane fan neku so makas na neku nke like ho. Ye mo na echi na mu nwoku ike ikwu nke like le. Life is about interest. Ebe interest go na mmadu nwe ike or align or here. Echi o nwe ike align na another distance. So makas not align is okay gbu today. What of oluzi echi ebe nke go na ya align kezi fe ye me. We must learn how to agree to disagree peacefully. We must learn how to disagree without being disagreeable as a people. I am about this lesson. They cannot corrupt what the value system of young Ndigbo. that now we don't know how to disagree again. Igbos are masters of, as in, how they disagree. I say that Chinua Achebe played it well in Arrow of God with the character of Nwaka, the richest man in the village, and Ezolo, the priest of the village. If for her, and they disagree. When ke follow when ke na atolo onye atolo piali bi okpo. Nda je meeting ha no ha bia na meeting aka ono end meeting group nke je be ha na-ekwu nke ha na-ekwu na oya adolo onye nke amman oya adolo time anyị eji wee abịakwa mekwa ife together as a community. That's who we are.
A point of convergence. Dalo. I from Nade is so passionate about this.
This is the main problem. I'm surprised that people don't want. I suspend them if any focus on this thing.
Right.
The main problem of the Igbos today is this Biafran question. Because the Igbos try hold on in the past. If I marginalize, if I any problem, is there any possibility now what the problem? You might actually be the problem. Why thinking that the problem is from the outside? You might actually be the problem. You might actually be the baggage in that relationship. You might actually be the liability. Have you ever tried to stop to think about it? Because you are not creating an avenue to build trust. How do you build trust with someone named with questionable loyalty?
It's election season again. Dear esteemed political candidates, are you aware that a good media visibility and advert can help boost your chances of winning? What are you waiting for? Gbam Interview is offering you this campaign space to tell Ndigbo why they should vote for you. Contact us today with the numbers on your screen.
Emo not with you or not. To mo may not with you, mo may not with you. You don't understand. Only fluctuate. And that's why I'm saying that I need to marginalize. Let's start looking everybody's when they create godu. Otunde na marginalize. Or I say enable the marginalization. Because I keep saying it. What you can always have control over with your action, not another man's action. So that's why I keep pointing out our weak points. Condemn Ndigbo. How am I condemn Ndigbo? I'm trying to place a mirror before Ndigbo. How we look at their fault lines and correct it, because a chain is as strong as its weakest link.
Nnamdi Kanu, where a lot of people are talking about his release, you know.
No, why should they release him? Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced here to 120 years in prison. Almost 10 years. I want Ndigbo we eziokwu ke ka yesi we release here. One night. Yeah, possible na ekwu release Nnamdi Kanu because a lot of Ndigbo and let me tell you, few months ago, ato bomb ni here ebe ndị army call the IPOB or whatever ESN name any mafia ato bomb ahụ a family of 4. One child survive. Can see where this story. That child I rush to teaching hospital up there go. Who is talking about justice for that child? Who is talking about justice for all the carnage that have been done in Ani? Why we're saying with justice? So any semblance of justice, we release in Nnamdi Kanu. Because Nnamdi Kanu was the arrowhead of this carnage. Nya inspire, nya the inspiration behind the carnage. So if we say a sentence here to 120 years in prison, or not 20 years, I ne kuzi not now for too much. Na ya ye bukwana one night, nande wala kwanan. Whereby I gadaka will. By then, if I know federal government ya release a lie, or release a lie, or be an anibo, I maluzu to see we punish puzie. Because we'll still punish him. Nani as Ndigbo. So that next person after where we are Biafra. Apachalanya before we are the ally again. Or try to go about it well without cost of what? Human life. As we go the example that you can fight for independence without shedding of blood. Only within Docha, another nationalist. When we boo holy mother, and with other African countries in without their their independence with blood. Manayowa, as big as Nigeria was, I shared the whole human life. Or intellectual struggle. Okwase wa uche. Nnekwu estedi ogo nwanne na nwanne ekwese da na ogono agha uche. Ekwese he mepe nwanne. We are I do somehow related. Happy feeling now people put an asiase. Sin I and down saying we have anything in common. We have a lot of things in common with the with Northerners. We have a lot of things in common with our brothers in the southwest. We have a lot of things in common with the people non-Abini. As far as I may live around this geographical area called Niger area, I know a lot of things. Go like back what? And research.
Like what? Like what?
No way. How come Han Elija in Eliji? It's not something in common. Open something in common.
On Han Elija as a meal, come Han Elija as New Year festival.
Some of the things Han Elija in Elie.
Okay, Eli.
That all something in common. I don't care if I'm well in common. We have a lot of food in common. Ebiana Southwest, I know a lot of masquerade culture with those people. Even Manotanas, I know a lot of masquerade culture with them in common. I know a lot of things I know in common. So why is it that every time if I have full source if in common? On our skin color, on our the same. Our skin pigmentation, all the same. Didn't all of us suffer under the weight of colonialism? Some of our ancestors are here and we trade with them. Jegoa books, Jegoa work in a decade. For that, there were northern trade line between the Igbos and the North, especially through the Jukuns. It existed for more than 400 years. People don't read. You don't make research. It's not in a highway anything in common. Go. That's why it was need for your facts, but or mess here up. Even our language, a group I in China, man, Northerners, even in a group like our language, on that qua language. That's for linguistics when they break it down. Koekowala ifo minulo. Anthropology is in a portrait, the knock culture of the knock portrait the same. A trace to Anibo, the link, and for the link. So what are we saying? And down, point to people, describe people as in the same thing I make, even when you make stop doing some of those things. Don't do it. Don't. If you go if your mother here meta point here out no nya here meta this particular thing. So onya or not you change or change here.
Talk about the fruit and leave the tree. Why do the current crops of Igbo leaders stand in Biafra issue?
I'm disappointed. I believe that they will go to school of thought in Nigeria, na Igbo. The Zikist and the Ojuku.
Okay.
The one Nigeria and the Biafra. Most times, if enough for our current Igbo leaders, because they will have a one Nigeria or they benefit from Nigeria, automatically you're under Ezekist ideology, one Nigeria.
One Nigeria.
Yes. So why are they not saying, okay, let me give an example, Peter Obi. You don't know Peter Obi's stance on Biafra. You know, Katena no na Peter Obi no kulu no say na those boys that just they didn't do anything. Nnamdi Kanu didn't do anything. How can you say that? You must stand and condemn it. Once you're a Nigerian, you must stand and condemn this thing. If you encourage you want to show you Biafran agitation, do it without shedding human blood because it's an ideology. You have right to self-determination. It's not wrong for you to dream for Igbo nation. It's not a wrong dream. What is wrong is how you go about it. And this is what the Igbo leaders should always condemn. But Igbo leaders are afraid of condemning how they go about it. Look at the nonsense Imochi did yesterday with other Igbo House of Rep members. Very condemnable. Writing that the president should free Nnamdi Kanu. Why should our House of Rep members put their name, be signatory to such letter? It's insensitive. I'm saying that my children don't go to school on Mondays. And you are writing letters that Nnamdi Kanu should be freed. Why are you not writing letters on how to stop sit at home? Why are you always pandering? to the crowd, to the mob. Why? Instead of pandering to the truth. Who is speaking about the justice for the communities that have been sacked? That their houses have been destroyed. Also, Inasi onye kosolo the thing, he put signatory. I was very disappointed with Ikengu Imo Chinyere and other band of Igbo lawmakers that appended their signatures to that letter that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. And we should find it's too early to find a political solution. I'm not against political solution, but that's not what you should be said. Nnamdi Kanu should prove himself. All no go na court. Ya prove all no prove that and we should no prove that because he couldn't defend himself.
You said there's no jurisdiction to be tried in.
He
did not do whatever.
Prove yourself. Accusation has been laid before you, against you. He deny. I'm not guilty of this. What are witnesses? Defend there. Ekoyeliwe name right here try go. Isi ad hogumma. I try wa go already. We want to hear your own side of the story. It was an opportunity for us, for you to tell us your own side of the story. I've told you that man is a very sick person, and I have pity for Igbos who are following him ignorantly because they will regret it. Okoha regret it. Hana po Owazirike sell out. Manona na golo den uni solo Owazirike na yekwe. Sell out.
They've already given Nnamdi Kanu whatever they give Owazirike, and then he did not budge.
Owazirike, how many years on prison? On prison na tenure Obasanjo. On prison na tenure Yaradua. Yaradua wo ye release Owazirike. Yes. So if I kuno na NBC Owazirike je na nke Ojukwu je nke indirectly by being in exile for almost 12 years. So prisoner on Honya the first person. So Yakam second more than any new thing. And all deserve, yeah, is a punishment well worth deserve. Actions have consequences. So I'm worried that people don't want him, Nnamdi Kanu, to be subjected to the consequences of his actions. Yeah, suffer good consequences before I know who's you okay. Kezika, they honor na US justice system. Who okuparo, no hoge a good prisoner, and no to go sign of remorse. Oto ahonya hansi abamba na court to go see no show any sign of remorse. Ekwa si tip onya halo fu dungeon. Oya da fu daylight for 5 good years.
Do you think that will help?
Oh yeah, Kaiman no your help. Kaiman no your help. Oh yeah, help. Oh yeah, we're lesson to other people. Oh yeah, we're lesson to other people. Oh yeah, we're lesson. Oh yeah, fear another idiot will arise again. Video violent agitation of Biafra. I'm not against Biafra agitation. I keep saying it. It's how they go about it is what I'm against.
DOS na the IPOB agoroga that they are not part of most of the things that are doing.
What do you expect
from
them?
Not the autopilot, not the Simon.
What do you expect from them?
No Nigeria government that usurped the whole thing to paint them black. You don't agree?
The Bible is in Okwana si konyo ka nwe Okwe hotago. Give you expect it from them. How you deny? Manamwe ebidobo we na-ekwu about justice ke bring her to justice. Ene hekwo no hekwu ife na bahana threaten fire and brimstone. When they were creating the monster, ana akolo haka, bahana go style like pictures of ndị ha na-train. Ha yilgasi blue beret. Where that's nanka Bonda Biafra Liberation Army, Bonda Eastern Security Network, Bonda Dragon this one. Now all these.
It's like you were even an adherent follower because you know some of these terms.
No, these things are there. They are good in media. So whether you like it or not,
it will show your face.
Yes, the algorithm brings some of these things to you, and because of within the region and our target, the algorithm will be bringing it towards you. And meanwhile, I'm someone that got news.
You are really out for them because a lot of people are saying you're no more teaching your omena and ordinana or this is called Biafra and Echugula. You know.
Indeed, on Echumola, a normal person, I want to go. My children, Ejebo school, I'm going to school on Monday. and it's worrisome. I spoke with Uncle IB the other day. On you could not like her to see attack if and all that. Uncle IB been a Saba. Just school on Mondays. Yeah, but on me and Navy, I be in Navy. Some of these people low.
Yeah, so no Buffett or Buffett. Imana Obi Bununquele before.
These people low, no. As in here we experience. You are not suffering what other people are suffering. And I see on ya mechiano. The bicycle no onye ya ebo si afi ofo.
Yes.
So once you are under oppression, you must speak out. And so nande na ekwu ka mechiano no onye Igbo ibe ai o hezioku. All the more reason I eji we megono. I eji wetin maka onye nke ayo kasi him ai no.
But you've been keeping quiet for a while. It's just this year ki be do her
onye ka ị na-ekwu
vocal.
Onye ka ị na-ekwu. Ayi etetagon. Achohozim. Emechi anyị na-emechi ọnụ na-emebi. Anyị na-emechi ọnụ na-emebi. Anyị emechizigi mgbe ife niile mgbe the water you get to this place mgbe ya ekwu n'eziokwu.
Odizake nwe awakening. You know, the likes of you. I've seen one Choma. I've seen Charles Obu, Mazi, a lot of people. Odizake are just still again. You know, on your bona. Why do you think that a lot of people are now?
Ekwe hana. Ekwu na-ekwu people ya na-enwe mo mana emechila ọnụ ife ni na anyị na-ekwu kita onye okwu a na-asụ anya since afọ onye ya ekwue. So all of a sudden ebido okwue, like I told you mgbe m bịachala ebe a ekwue okwe hotago ana ekwue ana receive attack, and the worst thing ihe emem onye mu ife ọ chọrọ ọ na-ekwu otu o si dole na attack ya ị na-enye onye ha more motivation ka o megono ka o kwusiwe ike. Once I'm na-ekwu something otu o si edolo me si mu mechi ọnụ, and you are not trying to solve the problem.
No superior argument.
Ana m ekwusi okwu ike. So that's why to me this is the most priority for me, because this is a political issue, and politics as far as this fiscal world is concerned is the most important form of world consciousness, because politics controls a whole lot of things, a whole gamut of things. As a filmmaker, I have said it repeatedly. I'm how many people invite you and because of Nahabi outside Southeast, he believe on a new so na the part of the place it volatile high equibia. Upon day ya kukugo. So but they are afraid of their life.
Lions them.
So is it not my own duty to start speaking up? Because I keep saying that the Biafra we should be talking about now is economic Biafra. And how do you achieve economic Biafra when there is insecurity? The first thing they are solving with development in any place, we're going to security. Development, be better insecure. Because if we invest there, we'll risk. So that's why we cannot continue to keep quiet. We cannot. Nnamdi Kanu Ndigbo tate. He created a monster, Simon Ekpa. He created a monster called Simon Ekpa. And we Igbo should be grateful, should be shameful that we enable these monsters. Look at Gentle Yahoo. Look at the kind of people that are speaking for Ndigbo. Eba well educated people. If gone, they cannot talk. If gone is your confidence, you are not in any confidence. And they do me baga. Oh no, gone ye me away gagante. Nyani he kwezioku. Truth does not need gun to support it. Fact does not need gun to support it. If a government, when we find out gono authority, and it show you more authority, you grow that authority. The people should be able to trust you. You will command the other kind of obedience. Legitimate power. A legitimate power. You don't grow legitimate power with instrument of coercion. We will non-state actors.
Obedience to sit at home. Is that not authority?
Mbano. Power age we enforce to sit at home. As of 2017, Abwachana moto one May 30th sit at home. ha si Nnewi na-eje Lagos enwude ha side ọba wụsafụ na the moto the guy wee jiri speed wee reverse ya.
They want to burn him inside.
If I na-ekwu if all these facts are there ọ maka isi na ị na-emechi ọnụ since anagwa na ịpụta at sit at home there egbu ogu onye amelu even now sit at home ekwesịghị end mana onye ọ na ka na-atụ egwu na ya egbue maka ndị egbulu then I have run into unknown gunmen or ESM people on a Monday sit at home na Nnewi. I have run into them live and direct by 4 nche na normal na mmadụ kwesịrị ịga ya alekuzino wee run into these people chimpu na time oge m eluboho well armed ha nenem tụọ m aka otu a by Hilux ha.
I want to make healthy living a culture in our society. Teta n'ụtụtụ mee exercise gị sweat, that sweat is very important. Ịba na garden gị bele akwụkwọ nri sie nri, very natural food. Or ife your body need, just nri ọbụla dị etu Chukwu si kee.
And I know how many people have bulu on Monday sit at homes na Nnewi as of then, but I enforce sit at home violently. So if Ekwumie then, I argued it as of 2017. I've condemned this thing from day one. I argued it as of 2017 then. Now, KKEC we man and Ndigbo shall sit at home on Mondays, on May 30th, on enforce it violently. How do we know? How do we know? Monday sit at home kwese ewo ebe onu onye Onigbo, that's in May 30th, ebe onu onye Igbo na no, ya mego no, ya pụta na apụta that day. Mani kwesị ime na-ewe ndị Igbo ya eji nwayọ wee megono wee na-efolo ị na-eme by force ọ na-eme na unyi egburi onye ọna unyi eji ụdọ ha nwakwana m onye Nnewi na-eji ụdọ akpọ onye Nnewi ina iji Biafra threaten m Biafra ojukwu bidolu onye Nnewi kwado ka m ka iji threaten m.
You're not afraid for your life. Ana m afụcha comment on your post. I ga-eme minage.
Agwago ha na adụghị ime wele eje n'oke. Ife anyị na-ejelu n'oke for formality. Adụghị ime wele eje n'oke. Adụghị ime wele eje n'oke. Biafra was started by an Nnewi man, and all of mwa Nnewi man ezikolo mmụọ end amie onye ọ na Jesu ike.
Abi?
Of course.
Imenwule?
Ka ị na-enenen ọkwa ikolo.
Ego one ka akwụ gị because people are saying that government enyego gị go kọchị because ọ nwere film for all the can akwado all the big projects ka mmalụ ma ego nwa enyere gị iji akwado ya bụ ego one ka government nye gị to be talking against Biafra and against ụmụ ọma na ụmụ Chineke bụcha ụmụnna anyị. Ego one ka asị na enyere gị ego
onwe any government say na mo dia media aid. Government nwegasị media aid nwere ndị ọrụ.
Of course.
Mmụọ abụọ ndị na alụlụ ọrụ nọ mmụọ ka nna akụlụ ikolo.
Ibu media aid dị mmụọ.
Yes. Mmụọ nye m ego, nye m ume, nye m akọ na uche nji ekwu ife na na-ekwu now. So if you say I'm making money from it, then know that it's a mmụọ na-akwụ m ụgwọ. Onye ọla mana ezi ikolo mmụọ ha apụ na ezi ikolo mmụọ na-anọbe. Mpụta ha na gbawa ọsọ n'onwe ife bele ezi ikolo mmụọ ji wee si na ọnụ ya wee pụta. I don't come out. I rarely come out. I stay for up to 4-5 months. I don't come out from my place. So mpụta ha na gbawa ọsọ. Mụ na nụọ ọgụ gbawa ọsọ maka m emeligu. Ha ma anụ ọgụ ejighị ọfọ. Ọnwa mgbe nsị ndị ọdịnala na kpuonu na unu ejighị ọfọ ha ghọta ha. Nsị ọ na kpuo na ijighị ọfọ na kpuo. Ọnọ ya ekwewu. Maka anyị na-ene n'ife enene. Ikwe hụ na otu ị ka ya emecha kweta na mgbede.
Ụbọchị aka taka.
Okwe ghọtago. So akwadola akwado. Adụghị ime wele eje n'oke.
Ka ihe ife ile na-ebute kịta people are going back. Enwego record of ndị second anụ, ndị ihe ala, ndị osumohu, you know. Ọ dịka na-enwe a breath of fresh air.
Onye ọ na-aghọtawago na ife awụ is against them and they are fighting it. So government now here, all you do is the government easy. Like before, the people believe in the movement more than the government. So yeah, all you see the government ike, and I know kata try pop tamado from Olu no ebo chole no there. Manakita ha hotawa go no how I know as the losing end. Na ha na emo onwe ha with this whole Biafran agitation. It's easy for government to help them in sacking these people. So if you been in Afna and go back, the village has played a significant role. Government we going to her support. Man, how before he join war agitators when I insult government. He believe war agitators more than the government of the day, elected government of the day. In expect na beri ya adoma. Oh yan epalonkwa aho, go na ahu yebi. Man kiti ikweta na epalonkwa aho. And you are trying to find a solution. Government can now help. The guy say no go no nya na aghoro ogwu. Kwe we nwu ogwu. E we ma na ogwu na alu olu.
Yes.
Ke ka yesi ma na ogwu na alu olu. Onu nya na aghoro ogwu ekwebo we nwu.
Na bo ogwu.
The guy ekwetawa go nwu ogwu. So government can now fight insecurity. Because then I was saying that this insecurity and you could not see blame is a two-way thing. That the people are harboring, have sentiment, are harboring and justifying the activities of those agitators. So now you see the government FIT, the thing. Because those people are supporting those, are believing that those people will help them to remove that government in a So the people are now waking up. They are now seeing IPOB for the clown and the subterfuge that they are.
Would you say that it is a criminal enterprise?
Of course, IPOB is a well-laid criminal enterprise that is using media propaganda to embellish its criminality.
Because Commissioner of Police came here one time and said that if you go there, they have I think the governor said it too. If you go to their camps, they even have register. Maybe say if they kidnap a victim, they will write according to your. I'm
not even going far. Let me not go for
what you can provide.
Let me give you an example.
You see that it is an organized crime.
Let me give you an example. Let's see, like villages. So many villages that ana kwogwo icho ebia kwa ozu. That's what makes it a criminal enterprise. These are the people who can actually help or help. And kebu before na check wogo, I still got one you do the police, any security agent. If not a criminal enterprise, anybody not to police you a criminal.
Right?
Yes, in a good news from the police. Try it on where was oh no he So for IPOB, he done at the police, they declare war on police. So mean how criminal? Because if I call actions of criminals, because police are the only people licensed
to safeguard. Dalo. Though now Nnamdi Kanu has never come out to say that Simon Ekpa is an offshoot from him. But you said he created Simon Ekpa.
What do you ndeba inekusi bolile goeze ono? Unhonye wo mazi, unhonye ala makwonazo ala nne. Aya bro nwa akwonazo ala nne. He doesn't need to come out and tell us that na Simon Ekpa was deputy. Simon Ekpa did everything he did in his name. Among in Ahota, I created a Ntiadiro as a movement. Mputane notice no na achega somehow mkosie. So anything done in your name, oyaba, makon go form that thing. Ojuku ya anohondo. O witness your Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, hotago, but hanchani ne credit Ojuku. So what do you now say? If for me no, I want Ojuku yeli credit of anything, any good you see from them. Ojuku yeli any credit from anybody good see from them.
Is there any way to actually rebaptize that name, Biafra? That if you hear it, it will give you joy.
The only way relief. To do it, happy do me war for ma. That's the only way. Iye me war for ma. Iye denounce violence agitation iya condemn ye iya apologize for nke unu mere eme.
Okay.
Of course now enwebeghị any apology a na-ekwusi release ye Nnamdi Kanu na onweghị ife omelu ifu ha na anybody any Igbo person who see release Nnamdi Kanu na onweghị ife omelu ezikolo mo na-ekwu that person is a fool. Iwu onye Igbo na-ekwu iwe a fool enweghị ife ikwu ha na si release Nnamdi Kanu na onweghị ife omelu iwe a fool or need very insensitive or need ignorant. Ịpụta na asị m o metachaghị o misili some certain things o mere some certain ebido na-atara ige ntị mana ibido ha na-ekwu na onweghị ife omelu man iwe big fool o mere alụ ana ife alụ kpọọ mmadụ ma alụ kwuo na mmadụ mere alụ epenti na alụ afọ na alụ kpọọ ya style afọ na alụ kpọọ ya style
nwe alụ
don't do it. Dalo
rinne I don't know because I know that there's a lot of things to be discussed and then once in a while ndị IMO gara etiela anyị arụ. The way for Ndigbo, the way forward for Ndigbo otu ọ dị now n'obodo a. What's the way forward?
The way forward for Ndigbo to stop being emotional.
Okay.
And let's go back to value system. Ka anyị fụ eziokwu ka anyị kwuru n'eziokwu anyị efezi na ego ndị Igbo efezi na ego ndị Igbo nata bịa dozie nu bonu make any sure don't support anything ebute insecurity bonu okweghọtago try ya no look for positive ways to solve your problems. Don't create more problems in trying to solve problems. Life is onye de la akwụkwọ say in this life either you are coming out from a problem or you are entering a problem or you are inside a problem.
Problem must be involved.
Yes. So don't create more mess in the name of solving a problem. Stop trying to say as if you live a problem-free life. Life is filled with challenges. So if you don't have better solutions to it, step back. Stop crying blue. Okay, so young people, young Igbos should come back. Na admonish young Igbos. Natano, bian kundozie bono. Aya tali awful. Bano politics. Stop. People and they government ne illegal. Na hamwa if they are not representing our interests, then go in. Nobody's going to invite you. You have to fight for it. And now go and show a good example. Go see how to esi kwesili ime no. I want to support one afuz n'eziokwu kwacha ekpa because na crowd na support the wrong thing. Una join what the crowd. My name and all the home man abito na the crowd na ebe the crowd no. So ndị Igbo chegaliano when a good value system. Ifu eziokwu ikwu eziokwu mmadụ kwuo nke like ho. Isi na ma like ho this thing na ka isi ayesi kwesili ikwu enu o hepụta kpaliwe onye ahụ. Let's have a more refined Igbo society. Let's have a more advanced Igbo society. Yes, I know Mazi Ejimofo nke ha kwuru I learned he said something like that Igbo kwesị iwe heaven for ndị Igbo. O kwesị iwu onye Igbo as na ebe ya da na tedo very happy. Ani Igbo kwesị iwe ebe ya da na tedo happy. And that's why I'm supporting Make Ali Igbo great again.
My God.
Yes, let's industrialize Ani Igbo. Let's make Ani Igbo competitive again. Let's make Ani Igbo as viable. Ani Igbo ekwesị da na ebe mmadụ ya da amapụ mmadụ obi. Ọ na-eche. O kwesị ebe people ya da abịa coming for solution. Not ebe ya da point aka as problems ijulu. Dalo.
Nze, kedu if I ga-akpọ you now or Biafran activist called kedu ihe a ga-akpọ gị now or are you an activist?
I'm a new Nigerian activist. I'm a new Nigerian. I'm a champion new Nigerian. A restructured Nigeria. I'm an advocate of good governance. I'm an advocate of Igbo spirituality. Ordinana. Okay, how to go? That's what I call Igbo consciousness. True Igbo consciousness. Mmadụ inwe ezigbo akọlụ. Onye Igbo inwe ezigbo akọlụ. Onye Igbo ekwune eziokwu. Okay, how to go? That's what we are saying.
Akọlụ.
Ekwune eziokwu. Then don't turn back on the ancestral ways of your ancestors. Don't condemn it. Don't.
Your colleagues, Nona Lion House, what do you have to say about them?
Okay, my colleagues are.
Akwokoko, okay, hit. Onyeze Jesus.
Akwok-
The traditional people. I
Yeah.
asked you about them last time you came.
Onwe for more na ha na picture ka ha si all my colleagues.
Nchọ ndị na-emenụ omenala na mmụọ.
Onwelu ọ na-ewu a member of religion onwe religion or a sect enwe bad eggs okweghọtago like otu a Nnamdi Kanu si wụrụ one of our bad egg and then Simon Ekpa and Ifena how my colleague because na ha Ndigbo
Ịma agọ na ebo pastor asị gị na pastor Sabat bụ your colleague gọkwa
why you Sabbath
more pastor Deeper Life more pastor Salvation Army
ife na-ekwu
more pastor
Celestial
Celestial
ha ndị ọdịnala
ọ colleague
ha abụghị colleague wu na go na mmadụ ga-enwe relationship before wee kwuo
okay co-believers
ya wụghọ co-believers ekwu na iwu ndị ọwụ onye ọdịnala ọ sị na ọwụ onye ọdịnala kwuo na nwukwu onye ọdịnala mmekwuru maka na ọwụ onye ọdịnala ọ na-eme ife do
what do you have to say about their situation ndị ọdịnala ibe gị
mgbe oje ha akpọpụ ha court for 3 months edemu kwuo na government should take them to court and they should go and defend themselves so they have taken them to court ka ife ọzọ mma ekwu ha jere ebe ha azala ọnụ ha mmeso na ndị ya dị ekwu like ụdị ọmọ elesho were na-ekwugheli si release mmadụ nọ court ya je ebe ha azala ọnụ ya ọ na-azala ọnụ ya na-asịkwasị release what is all this madness na mmadụ ya nọ na court akwụkwọsị release the person ya zara ọnụ ya nọ n'ọdụ guilty ọ n'ọdụ
mana aka mana isi n'ụlọ abịa court be condition ime ite ya isi nọ wee na-eje so gịnị mekwa na ha isi nwụrụ na wee na-eje when what they did is not
onye ọ na si n'ụlọ abịa court ọ bụrụ onye ọ na si n'ụlọ abịa court onye ọ na o depending na offense mmadụ onwe offense mmadụ ya committed man go in prison si na prison were abịa court
nsogbu adịrị I want to encourage you what you're doing is very different okay and then what you're doing is something that a path that is less threaded ebe a na-atụba ụjọ ịba itinye isi ebe a and then you've been doing it so well Nze after ibicha n'ụwa now asị na-achọ Nze afrozi what do you want to be remembered for?
It's simple. Someone that contributed in developing Igbo society. For example, I'm passionate. I would like to build something like a university for Igbo philosophy, for Igbo dibiaship.
Uni Ikolommo.
Uni Ikolommo. Achọrọ m echi mmadụ ya uni dibia or pass a kind of a university system, a kind of Igbo theological system.
This one Christian theology.
Okweyotago.
Very, very innovative.
A kind of a vocational institute that people will learn vocations and all that. I that's my passing, even now work towards to, because that's what I want to be my own legacy.
Oh, powerful.
I want to refine. Already to refining Igbo culture. People name Igbo culture at all. I'm doing Igbo culture from an intellectual perspective. Oh, why you know na name ordinary? Object kambali. I say me ahama agba afa, ahama alụ ọlụ. Oh, why mgbe ndị na-ezo ma ndị na-akpụ dreadlocks ha wee na-achụgharị ndị nwoke nke mkpọrọ nwoke nke emelu nwoke maka nwoke ife na-eme ịda na-akụzi ọdịnala akụzigido na m dị ọdịnala aha ndị wakwuo na m over to some people say ha kụziwezienu na ma ife nọ sketa awụ good governance new Nigeria ọgụ new Nigeria ka nọ there must be a new Nigeria obodo anyị adọ mma ba Nigeria ya adọlele mma n'Igbo ya adọlele mma that's my if concentrate now my concentration on a new and better Nigeria and a better Ndigbo. This is my fight.
Powerful. I will never forget a quote from you. I will never forget it. While feeding your chi, also feed your brain.
Always feed your brain. From day one. Radio house. Just like I'm working like a media company. Or a modern Okuago. Modern Okuabu any the whole Okuabu Ndigbo si we why just so that I want to build a university. This if all even expect my Agu to help me to do.
Dalorin Jisike and hopefully I'll have you here again. And by mona Nze Tobe Osigwe no. Ngasonongwa na champion that movement. IMO. Or is it just a collective?
Yes, it's a collective decision. I'm part of the
organization.
Yes.
Oh, Dalun. I have discussed with some of you, and then we had a lot of very academic exchange and all superior arguments.
That's it. Hello.
Dalun.
I appreciate it.
Ndiba afam kabo chukwujoke igwe ndo dogububu yambaba izugbo onye aba ngwano commission no bosozo godeno udo. Good news. From anywhere you are in the world, you can now be our guest on Gbam. As long as you have an internet connection and a mobile device, you can now be interviewed from our studio anywhere in the world. Contact the numbers on your screen to book a session with us.